Hello, Leslie. Hello, Charito. Nice to have you here again.
Wow, you look inspired.
Thank you. I am in the best mood. Trust me.
You you look in love.
I am in love. That's right.
God bless.
Today there will be no Dr. Ash because he has another appointment. So I don't know how many it will be, but
I
maybe only us three. Let's see. Let's see. But we will start. It's 12 o'clock, so let's start. Good morning, good afternoon. I will switch the camera off. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone.
bless.
Welcome to the next to the next Power of Touch. And
Good
today
morning.
we will talk about the term title. And I'm sure it will be a very interesting discussion. And I have here today great parts of my family, of my online Industry 5.0 family, Charito and Leslie. In Charito, I will start with you today. And Mariana is joining, which is great. So, Charito, if you close your eyes and you hear the term title, what came first to your mind, please?
Okay, can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I would like to greet Leslie and Marjana. Good evening from the Philippines. And okay, I'll go directly to the question. Actually, I was shocked when you said its title because it's quite ordinary. But the thing is, when you look at it closely, it's more on, it's a word or phrase that identifies either, um, an ownership, like a title to the land in my real estate world. Title of a book. That's what Leslie is doing, writing books. It's a title of nobility. If you're a king, a queen, whatever. Actually, it's more denoting a certain person's status or a certain thing or identity or something. So I think that's all. More than that. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Charito.
Uh,
Leslie, you are the author. So for you, I'm sure it has more meanings than just a book. So, what do you feel when you hear first the term title?
Good morning, everyone. Actually, uh, I didn't even think about books.
Ah,
So when I first saw the word title, I thought label, that it's a label for a position. And then my mind went to entitlement, which is um, reaping perhaps certain rewards or believing that we should have a certain reward. And then from that, so the original thing was really labels and how we struggle to make everything have a meaning, and how and the meaning is created based on our unique perception, which is always changing, and no one else has that, and yet we argue to be right or to be wrong or make someone else wrong, all based on the fact that we can't sit with not knowing. And not knowing is a certain presence, right? It's being present and objective and responsive in the moment. And so that's where I aspire to be that. But the truth is, I think that we're all strangled being meaning making machines. That is, that we have to apply a label based on our unique view for everything, and that it's very uncomfortable and rare that the word title or any word doesn't have a meaning behind it. And I'll leave it there. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you very much, Leslie. That was interesting. Mariana, nice to see you here again. And the same question for you. If you hear for the first time the term title with your closed eyes, what came first to your mind, please?
Good afternoon. For me, it's, for example, the name of the song or a book or some article. That is first that comes to my mind, but it also means position in business world. It is position. It is a job. That's it. I agree with something that Miss Leslie just explained. You know, when you see the title for something, you know, it is how somebody gave a name. It doesn't mean that if you read and think about it, you would give some other title or understand it in some different way, you know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mariana. Tracy, you work a lot of time with language. So if you close your eyes and you hear the term title, what came to your mind, please, first?
Hello, Michael. Hello, everyone. Title. First, I thought about a position, like job position, a certain title that's given by an organization, and then my mind went to ownership, like Cheryl just said, the title of a property, and then I landed on a summary of article, like Madriana just said. And then I thought about is a name given by the author, by the content creator. For me, when I write things, I often start my thoughts, and then after I finish my writing, I will start to think what title I'm going to give it this piece. And I always have a problem finding a title. Recently, I went to an art gallery. I saw a lot of artworks are untitled. That's very frequently happening in the art world because I think it's up to the interpretation of the viewer, the people who are appreciating in different ways. It's very individualized. Um, yeah, so title is not really a fixed thing. It could be very tunable. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is interesting as you described that you write the entire article and then search for name. For my work, every time the name or the title came first, then I write the article. It's quite interesting to compare. Shami, I'm really happy we have you on board again. And the same question for you. So if you close your eyes and you hear the term title, what came first to your mind, please? And you have to, yes.
Michael.
Hello.
I will now quote the title, Power of Touch and title. Title, don't judge a book just for title. This is the famous comments. We are not only just title. Title means a lot of means. Title explore for everything. We have when we have now a newspaper headline or another articles or books. If we are now see the title and we are now think what is they explore here, but title is not enough to do educate to do something no for judgment. And I think a title explore an education, collaboration, That is the good things of our for our human life. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you very much, Shami. Usi, you are the last one today, but I'm sure your contribution will be interesting. So, if you hear the term title, what came to your mind, please?
Thank you, Michael. When I hear the word title, I don't only think of a name, a job, or a position. I think of a mask, a cover that can show or hide who we truly are. In today's world, many people fight for titles, but they forget. A title alone cannot build a better world. It is not the title that brings change, it is the human behind it. In a wasteless world, the secret behind this word is simple but powerful. A title is only useful when it carries truth, service, and action. If we only wear titles to be seen, then we waste something very important. We waste trust, we waste time, and we waste our true human purpose. So I ask myself and all of us, what does your title mean when no one is watching? Does it bring harmony or does it create distance? The secret behind title is not the word itself, but what you do with it and how you live without needing it. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Usi. It was really strong words again, and it gave me the really the fuel for the next question for Charito. Charito, in our lives, we have our business lives, we have many titles. My question is, what was the most valuable title for you, which you have? It must not be only business, in your life, in your entire life. What was the most valuable to you?
That is a deep question, Michael. It's how you look at it. You see, sis, you see, we mothers or parents don't have titles, but we know that when they refer to us in a family, you're a mom, you're a dad. As a mom, I would say that title, though not spoken, the word mother, but your relationship with others and with your children counts a lot. It would be very, I mean, in my lifetime, I have so many titles. I can put it in my name right after, and I labored hard to get it. We get titles not that easily. Even for the writers, I believe I saw Tracy and Leslie's topic and they said, you write first, and then you put a title later. But then again, before you put the title, which is the real thing, the entire, should I say the name of the game or should I say the gist of the story of the book? You labored, you thought about it, you write and all that. As a mother, it's not easy to be called a mother. You have to live it. You raise your children with love, care. You educate them with religion, with the wilds of the world, with those in school. So titles for me, whatever it is, we labored hard for it. And so in my lifetime, it's a title as a mother counts the most because then when you see your children succeeding, then you have made it. The title really fits you. Back to you, Michael.
Thank you very much, Charito. These are really powerful words, and many forgot this title. And Leslie, I will have the same question for you, and I think for all of you will be the same question. What was the most valuable title you get in your life?
Well, I would absolutely have to agree with Chirito. mother. If you call that a title, I mean, are we given a title based on our role? I don't know about that. Perhaps the title that I'm able to give myself right now, where I am in my studies and my experience, is the best of the best at what I do. That that these, you could say that I'm an author. I'm a line editor. I try to find the thing that distinguishes me the most from the general population. So it would be master teacher. It would be, if there was a college degree, it would be a doctorate. And I've worked, as Torito said, all my life to achieve these, let's just say, purpose by decade. So I believe our purpose for all of us boils down to service. That's when we're the happiest. And that for myself, every decade has had a different title, right? So I've filled roles that had a title as a label. But the most important one, I guess, is the one that drove the purpose during that decade. So when I was raising my children, it was leader in the community and in the family. Um, and then, in business, I've been CEO, right? So I'm kind of like Chirito in the sense that I think we all move through the decades learning new things and becoming, if you will, more expert, maybe narrowing down ultimately, where we want to spend most of our time. So for me, one of the things that I do that other people, some people do, but the title is the ability to articulate complex concepts in very simple form. What is that title? But it all boils back to the meaning making machine. That here we are making meaning out of something that may not have any meaning just all by itself, but once we start talking about it, we begin to fill in with our perception a meaning for the word. Well, I think I'll stop there. I kind of went on a little bit. Thank you, Michael. And
Thank you
everybody.
very much. Thank you, Leslie. Mariana, the same question for you. In your life, what was the most valuable or the title you most valued for yourself?
I think that it is human being in private life, in professional life. Unofficially, unofficial title, I got was problem solver. Official, principal business consultant. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tracy, the same question will be for you, so as for Shame and Usi. So, what was it for you, the most valuable time?
Thank you, Michael, and thank you so much for the inspiration. I listened to everyone that went before me, and I realized the most important, most valuable title to me actually is the one I don't have to work for it. The title is called The Child of God. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Shame, the same question for you as a first man. So, what is it for you? Which title?
Title, Michael, I mean, title, I am a human being. It is my best title. And if I think professionally, you have a talk to business and others criteria, I am an ambassador. for Industry 5.0. And also, I am an advisor of tax advisor and chairman of signature. Lot of title I had. But if you have think what is the best title for my ever, I think I am a human. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you very much, Amit. Usi, the same question for you. So, what is the title for you, the most valuable one?
Thank you, Michael. I have received many titles in my journey: Industry 5.0 Ambassador, Sustainability Catalyst, UN Volunteer, and even Country Coordinator for Global Network. But the title most available and most important to be is a simple human, because before all the roles, before all the names, I am human being, able to feel, to think, to care, and to act. This title reminds me to stay grounded, to lead with compassion, and to listen deeply to those without any title at all. In a Wasteless World, I believe this is the one title we all share, and it is the one title that holds the greatest power if we choose to live each with love, trust, and responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Usi. You know, I do not remember any power of touch discussion which make me cry so nicely like today's topic. Because we all here, this is why we are one family, because we are mothers, fathers, but what we are first, as mentioned right now by Usi, first, we have been born as humans. What we know that we will live as humans. And it is for me such an honor to be with you who live as human, because I do fully agree that this is the most valuable title. And I have on my business card even the title president before, but none of the titles, really none, make such a big difference and make me so proud when I hand over my business card. And what is interesting that the people who receive it, and there is really Mike Rada human, and you know it, it's all the time the same reaction. That's so interesting. The people look at the business card, see the title, look in my eyes, look back on the business card and start to talk. Not about the business card, not about myself, not about themselves, not about work. They just simply start to talk. So it looks like that the title human is a key to communication. And my question to you, Charito, do you think or did you met in your life a similar strong title on a business card? Or have you ever met someone who has, except of me, who has on business card the title human? Or who speak about it as a title? Or who has the title mother or father on the business card?
Well, Michael, in reality, I never met anybody who would, put that, literally speaking, the word human being, right? But dealing with them, if they acted human, and how is it to be a human being? My standards may be different from others. How is it to be a good mother? Mine may be different from theirs. But at the end of the day, if you succeeded in making another human being as human as you are, if I think that I am a human being to the T, I fit it to a T, then that would be good enough for me. Because you see, for me, being a mother, having titles, it's like it's a parallelism. Like you are putting into this world and putting on the uniform as a mother. And are you doing it the best you can? You're putting on the uniform as a father. Not literally, though, not the physical uniforms. If you're a nurse, if you're a writer, have you written something that really apt the standards, shall I say, inspire, move other people to do that, or let them feel happy, or at that instance when they read your books or when they read something. When you do as a nurse, have you given enough services to make those around you feel they're also human? And they are glad that they meet you as a human being. So for me, when you say if we try to define or divide it by the literal and the that cannot be seen, the figurative way of saying it, I would say that I have never seen one. The word is not nice. The when flaunting or putting it on, oh, I am this and that, but acting a different way. I have yet to meet that person. Most of the times, I'm glad that I meet others who are also at the same level, should I say? Although we are not supposed to be leveling, but then how would you be able to say that this person is a good human being if I myself is not a good human being? Do you get what I mean here, Micah?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay, so back to you. I hope this is something that we need to discuss deeper.
Well,
I
every
should say.
time, every time, Charito, we need much more time to discuss the topics. But Leslie, uh, uh, I know you are the expert, not only the author, but the fifth dimension. And my question specifically for you, are titles used in the fifth dimension or they become already obsolete? Because everybody who's there, you know that only, I will say, the humans who are able to reach the fifth dimension, so you don't need any titles. How is it there, please?
Well, I'm thinking. My mind was listening to Charito, and so this kind of blindsided me. So give me just a second here to think about this. So in the fifth dimension, the thinking is about possibility. It's already accepting and finding and seeing the greatness in others, in the human being, if you will. But remember, certainly in my book, the nature is spiritual. And so, right now, there is some question about dividing of the energies of our world into many people going into the fifth dimension, others being left here, whatever that means. And I can't help but thinking about the Bible, how that is also brought up, but I'm not well versed on that. In order to maintain presence on the fifth dimension, it requires a very strong imagination and ability to visualize and affect how we're feeling. And it's that vibration that takes us there. The other thing, though, I want to say about this, about what Charito was saying, what came to mind is the most important title that I forgot. And it is the title that makes me the most human, the best model for a good mom or grandma. My 4 grandchildren are 16, 17, 18. No, 17, 18, and 19. 2 are 19, 1 is 18, 1 is 17. They live close by, and every one of them did all the activities: gymnastics, sports, dance, voice, theater, you name it. those 4 kids for 10 years, 15 years, did all these things. And I was self-titled Uber Nana and would laugh when I would increase the pricing because it's zero. So when I would increase by 0%, I had a little placard in the window, Uber Nana. And because everybody was working, the parents, I was the one so often that would drop off, pick them up at high school, stop and get a snack and all that. So I think the title that makes me the most human with the most character and leadership and kindness that will be remembered by my grandchildren, which they will replicate, is Uber Nana. And now we laugh because I'm having trouble. I can't see out of one eye. And turnabout has occurred where my grandson, the youngest, took me to the eye doctor. And he laughed and he said, "Here we are, Uber Nana, only we're the Uber now." So I'll end with that.
Thank you very much for sharing this personal, really personal feelings. Mariana, for you, you work in a technical world, in computers, electronics for a long, long time. And I know that many people in this field are engineers and they are using the titles to be more important than the others. But do you think that really these artificial titles, when we call it so, are so important?
Mm. In business world, it is important. My personal opinion is that it's not so important. You know, it is more influence that you have and the way how to achieve results is something more important for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tracy, you have all the time for us a Chinese proverb. And I'm just asking myself, is there any about the title?
Yes, we have a lot of sayings about title. I just wrote one in the comments. I actually wrote down that people at birth are inherently good. This one has no title. That's why it stands out, because the goodness, the kindness is there. Oftentimes we will feel all those man-made titles are not really necessary, but in those 3,000 years of civilization documented in Chinese literature, it does have a lot of titles. It actually has another one that says, "In the right position, you do the right thing." That shows authority. In my own opinion, I will say, as long as we have human beings, we will always have titles, because either it's job title, academic title, or creative work, or just a simple courtesy title, Mr., Mrs., Miss. All the things are very, very helpful to facilitate the communication. They actually labels us or summarize certain things, helps us to work with each other effectively. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you very much, Tracy. Shami, can you imagine the business world without titles?
Michael, as a reality, without title, our society cannot accept any business. A reality is a findings of who I am. And you are directly through you are a human. I also talk to everyone. I am a human. but reality is fact. There are no findings. What we are, who we are, what we do as a father, as a mother, as a chairman, as a CEO, as a specialist of the work, and then they are not doing, and they are not think and value us. I can relate to the question, Michael,
Yes.
and we are no family. Then we have no topics. Talk to each other to share for our thought and our feelings. And I think everyone is a respect of being a human and value for each other. And I think it is the very much deep and thoughtful. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you very much. Usse, we have 3 minutes 30 left, and I would like to give this time to you. So, what will you say as a final word to this discussion? Usse, we cannot hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Michael, for this time. Sometimes the greatest impacts come from people who have no title at all. I think of a businessman without a title, someone who works every day, build a solution, support a family, but does not carry any special name before or after there. And yet, that person could create more harmony and live more trustful than someone with then title. So I have learned a title is not what give you value, your action do. In a wasteless world, we must not only recognize people by title, but by what they build, what they give, and how they treat others. Because even the titleless can be leaders, and sometimes they are the most powerful one of all. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Usse, and thank you all, because it was a really very deep and powerful talk today and discussion. And because we have less than 2 minutes left, I would like to thank you for really being for so long part of those for whom the power of touch become part of the life. And I do fully agree that we should not need any titles in a wasteless world. Even the title of human will be obsolete because we all will feel the same. And I would like to add one title to this discussion, which we did not mention. And this is the loved one. And all of you know what does it mean, because to be the loved one for someone, it's so powerful. And if we have someone to love, it's even more powerful for all of us. And not being selfish and share, it's part of the human being. So I'm looking forward to meet all of you next week and have a nice time, free of waste and wasting in all its forms. Stay safe, be free, and be human. Thank you all, and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Michael.
Well, bye.
Have a
Bye
good
bye. Thank you for all. Bye.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Regards, Michael.
Best regards. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.